Hello, Jonathan Arkin here with Naprapatlandslaget. Today we're going to take a few minutes to talk about chronic pain. Chronic pain is a huge deal, and it's very often misconstrued as to what it actually means. Many people, when they get the diagnosis of chronic pain, they lose hope because they think it's forever. Well, it's not actually forever. It just makes it a little bit more difficult to treat than what we would call acute pain or new pain. Let me explain why. First off, we have to understand the way pain actually works in the body, okay? It doesn't work the same way that you think it does. We don't actually have any real sensation of pain. I'm going to explain. In my hand, I have little cells and receptors that make me know when I'm being touched, or when sharp is on me, or when something hot or something cold touches me. But what I don't have is any cells that make me feel pain. Interestingly enough. However, I do have something called a nociceptor, and you don't have to remember that word. But what these nociceptors do is they're always just sending general information up to our brain about what's happening in our body, and they're always active. Now, our brain works really well, and its job is to ignore all of those nociceptors. And that's why you don't feel your shirt on your back right now. Now, I know you feel it the second I told you about it because then you started thinking about it. But this is really important that our brain can ignore this information, because otherwise you'd go crazy. You'd never be able to ignore the air conditioning or the background or the socks on your feet. Now, the way pain works is when there's too much of this nociception, that our brain can no longer ignore it. So it makes us recognize a threat. So if I hit my hand with a hammer, there's an ouch. Well, what happens is my hand is going to send this signal all the way up to my spinal cord and then up to my brain. And my brain is going to process that information, and it's going to say, hold on, too much, I can't ignore that, and it will make you feel pain. Now, what happens with chronic pain? So say your hand is constantly having an increased amount of nociception from it. It's constantly sending this signal. This signal gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And if this keeps going on for months or years, the signal gets so strong the brain can no longer ignore it, even if the hand doesn't have a problem anymore. So you can get a chronic pain in the hand from something that doesn't even exist anymore, and your brain's just still feeling the pain because this pathway is so strong. So when we treat chronic pain, it can be anywhere. You can have chronic shoulder pain, knee pain, back pain. This can be part of our migraines that we experience sometimes. What we have to do is we have to figure out how do we make this pain pathway weaker. And we do that through various modalities. But what we have to get the brain to be able to do is to ignore this super strong pain signal. Chronic pain is not permanent. It's just difficult to treat. However, we're very successful using different methods of decreasing this neurological pain. The one thing you don't want to do is just constantly fix the hand when there's nothing wrong with it anymore. All right, so this is the way chronic pain works. There's lots of different ways of how to neurologically, very specifically, defeat this strong pain pathway and make it so our brain can ignore that information again and that you can get back to normal life. So here at Naprapatlandslaget, we use manual therapy, we use neurological therapy, we'll use acupuncture therapy. There's tons of different options, but it has to be uniquely applied to you. So next time you're concerned about chronic pain, be it in your shoulder, in your elbow, in your knee, in your low back, or post-concussive pain, so that chronic headache that you've had ever since you thwacked your head, or migraine pain even, think about what we can do to help decrease the chronicity of your pain and get you back to living a normal and healthy, pain-free lifestyle.